So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and we're up here in Columbia County today, and we're at a special spot, a spot I've been meaning to come to for some time. It's actually the start of a new series that I'm doing on Pennsylvania's natural areas. I'll tell you a little bit more about what those natural areas are, but this is the Jakey Hollow natural area. There's a sign for it, Jakey Hollow, just 59 acres, but it's a unique spot. And very limited parking here too. Maybe get 3 vehicles in here if you really tried. But this is Crawford Road right here. But anyway, we're gonna head down into here, into Jakey Hollow. Let me tell you a little bit about this place and this new series we're working on too. Got a little bit more information here. Old Growth Forest Network. That should tell you a little bit about this place. This mature forest is here for all generations to appreciate. So Jakey Hollow is one of those few pockets of old growth forest that somehow survived the lumbering era here in Pennsylvania. You know, in the 1800s, early 1900s, Pennsylvania's forests were just completely cleared. It's a miracle that any of the old growth forests have survived, but there's pockets of it here and there. And this is one of those pockets, just 59 acres. Not a huge area at all, but it's one of the few remaining areas of where you can really see what Pennsylvania used to look like before all the land was cleared. So there are supposed to be some pretty decent examples of some nice sized trees down here, down in the hollow. Big white pines and hemlocks. I don't know if these right here are exactly old growth yet. But, a largely, for the most part, undisturbed forest, except for this trail is put in at some point. So we're just going to take our time and enjoy and look around. You are competing a little bit noise-wise. There's an asphalt place back that way. You can hear some trucks or heavy equipment and some beeping every now and then, but it is what it is. So yeah, Pennsylvania's natural areas. Starting this new series, there's a ton of them. They're in this case, this is part of Weiser State Forest. So sometimes they're in state forests and sometimes in state parks. They're just areas of unique, scenic, ecological, or just geologic features that the state of Pennsylvania wants to preserve and leave them as they are. That's why they call it natural areas. And this is one of those. So I'm going to try and get to all of them here in Pennsylvania. Why not? I mean, they're cool places. I've been to a number of them in the past, and they're just amazing places. So this is the first one in our series. One of the many neat things about old growth forests, though, is that since they're so undisturbed, the ecology is undisturbed as well. And when the forests were cleared, most of them, it just kind of ruined that ecosystem balance and all that kind of stuff. But here in these forests like this, it's never been ruined, and you can just find unique situations. Sometimes there's more wildlife, more plants, flowers and fungus and all that kind of stuff, because it's never been destroyed. When the forests were clear cutted, most of them, everything had to kind of regrow and redevelop. And places like this, it's never been ruined or destroyed. So they are just indeed unique areas. There's just so many different birds singing. Loving this place already. Yeah, I can see the main trail goes down and it comes up this way, but I believe there's a trail that goes off down the hollow too, along the stream. We'll probably explore both. There's some tiny little white violets growing along the trail. Check these guys out. Yeah, just pretty little delicate flowers. I think I just heard my favorite bird song. Yeah, the wood thrush. Wood thrush love these wooded stream valleys. Okay, that looks really inviting going up that way. Wow, but we're gonna yeah, our trail does head up this way. I'm gonna check that area out first, then we'll come back and explore up here. But here's a large hemlock tree, or is this a pine tree that fell down some time ago? Pretty massive tree. All right, let's go this way for now. All the skunk cabbage. Beautiful little stream. So it looks like we're coming up to the end of this trail up here. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to head back down. I wanted to do this trail, but that other trail at the bottom by the creek is really calling my name. So we're going to go ahead and head back down there. Probably just explore. I think that's where some of the bigger trees are. And just find a place to sit and relax and maybe see what wildlife comes to us. I want to point out too that just because something's an old growth forest, that doesn't mean that every single tree is going to be some huge old tree. It doesn't really work like that. They usually have quite a variety of different aged trees in them. You have some really big older ones, lots of younger ones, anywhere in between. Forests that have been logged over, especially clear-cutted, they have a certain look to them, which is what most of Pennsylvania's forests look like. All the trees are roughly the same age and kind of the same size, sort of, depending on the species. But in old growth forests, you just get that variety of ages and sizes because it's never been clear cut like that. You know, everything has kind of grown. When everything gets logged and cleared, everything's growing back at the same time. So it has a certain look to it. And even when given a chance, not all species grow super large either. But they're still old growth. Alright, let's get back to the other trail. It's really calling my name. Just spotted these mushrooms on the way down. Haven't seen these for a little while. This is Hemlock Varnish Cap. They're still in their young phase. They're young, kind of soft phase. This white part, or whitish part, is actually edible. You can cook it up and eat it, fry it. It's not the tastiest stuff in the world, but it's called Varnish Cap because as it gets older, it gets this more harder, varnished look to it. They get quite a more distinctive appearance. When they first come out, they look like this. They're part of the reishi family. You know, that they get called the mushroom of immortality at times. They're supposed to have some really awesome health benefits, but that's what they are. Hemlock Varnish Cap. And they grow out of dead hemlock trees, especially larger ones. So our trail is up there. All right, so let's head this way. This takes you back up to where we parked, but we're gonna head deeper into the hollow along the creek here. And look at all the May apples growing here. I think I might actually just sit here for a little bit. It looks like a beautiful spot. There's a blue jay. Oh, where'd he go? Not sure how well the camera's focusing on him, but looks like he's gathering nesting material maybe. Alright, well, time to move along again. I think I do see some larger trees up this way. I think we're kind of getting into the heart of the hollow up here. There's that blue jay again, up there. Well, there's that blue jay again. I'm not sure how well the camera's focusing on him, but... Oh, there he goes. You have a lot of these, what they call nursery logs here. These fallen trees become homes for other plants, and trees grow right out of them. Although not super massive, this is an old growth white pine tree here for sure. Super tall. Beautiful big trees. That's an old growth hemlock tree right there. So he seems to be doing okay. Not sure how much we have the invasive pest, the woolly adelgid beetle that's been killing our hemlocks, but that one looks okay yet. That is a tufted titmouse. Oh, the camera's not focusing on him though. Come on, camera. Yeah, trying to film birds is always a challenge. Number one, trying to get getting the birds to sit still for a little bit, and then getting your camera to focus on them. It's always a challenge, but there's some decent, that's a decent sized red oak tree up there. Well, up here's a large one. Up ahead. It just towers, that's an old hemlock. It just towers up there. It's not always about being thick, sometimes it's about the height. Wow. Yeah, that old fella right there. Yeah, we're coming up to the end here. We have some posted signs. I just wanted to give you a view of what the look across there. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but over there's what a normal forest looks like. It's coming hard to see on camera, but all the trees over there are kind of the same size and everything. Whereas over here, it's just so much different. All right. I'll look for another place to sit for a while, I think. Just soak this place in, and once again to see if any. Sometimes when you just sit for a while, the wildlife, the birds will come to you. time to start making our way back up the way we came down. But yeah, I love that trail. Is the best here, going along the creek. But I think that'll bring an end to this video, folks. Amazingly, it's a beautiful spot. Not a huge area, but when you come here, just walk slowly, take your time. The trails aren't that long. You can just find places to sit, kind of soak it in. Like I said, the only drawback is you do have that noise from that, whatever that place is up there. So you hear equipment, but it is what it is. I'd prefer that the place is here, regardless of the noise. All right, yeah, but like I said, parking is limited. Not sure how busy it gets on the weekends, but just keep that in mind too. All right, beautiful spot, but we gotta head on. We got a few other places to visit today, but as always, folks, thanks for coming along. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.